Marches here in Chicago today and across the country mark 100 years since the massacres of Armenians at the hands of the Ottoman Turks. Thousands marched through the streets in Los Angeles to the Turkish consulate carrying flags and signs. An estimated 1.5 million Armenians were killed under the Ottoman Empire. Turkey denies deaths were a genocide. Here in Chicago, more than 1,000 people turned out for a similar protest march at the Daily Plaza. Eyewitness News reporter Paul Mikey is here now with that part of the story. Paul?
Cheryl, it is a dark chapter in world history, and when it began 100 years ago, the term genocide had not yet been formed. The Armenian protests in Chicago and elsewhere today are meant to say that genocide is the only appropriate word to describe what happened generations past. What began on this day in 1915 is still fresh, half a world away and a century removed.
100 years we've been fighting for our cause, for the Turkish government to accept the genocide, and they have been denying ever since.
Anna Chalakian holds a picture of her grandfather who survived the mass killings of Armenians in the Ottoman Empire, now modern-day Turkey. That hundreds of thousands were murdered or left to die is not in dispute. Who was responsible is. Today, before a sizable crowd at Daily Plaza, political voices said the time has come to be honest with history.
Where we acknowledge once and for all that this was a genocide, that had the lives of 1.5 million Armenians and many other innocent people.
While other Western nations have used the word genocide, the U.S. has not. Turkey, our ally in the world's most troubled region, has warned if there's a change, there would be consequences.
It's mind-boggling to me that a foreign country would make those threats to the United States of America.
1915, never again!
As they have done in the past on this anniversary date, those of Armenian and Assyrian descent marched to the Turkish consulate, where they stood behind fences and traded words with those who don't believe them, waving Turkish flags a shouting distance away behind fences of their own.
Open your archives! Open your archives!
1915, never again!
Historians need to decide, not politicians. People screaming each other back and forth is stupid.
The deaths of 100 years ago occurred in the clouds of widespread war and were not sanctioned by government, their argument is. Anna Chalakian will never accept that.
We're just looking to have the recognition that this really happened.
The governments of France, Germany, Spain, Russia, the Vatican all accept the term Armenian genocide. Then presidential candidate Barack Obama promised he would, but has not. The White House earlier this week called for a full, frank, and just acknowledgement of what happened a century ago, but refused to include the word genocide.